What if the Vedas are not a faith, but a science of reality? What if the Vedas were never meant to be believed? What if they were never intended to become religion, scripture, or doctrine? What if the greatest misunderstanding in human history is that we treated the Vedas as faith when they were actually designed as a science of reality itself? Not science in the modern laboratory sense, but science in its purest form, a systematic exploration of existence through direct observation. The Vedas do not ask for belief. They do not demand obedience. They do not require conversion. They ask only one thing: observe carefully, and this single instruction changes everything. Faith demands acceptance. Science demands observation. Faith says, believe this because it is written. Science says, test this and see. The Vedas say something even more radical. Do not believe. Do not reject. Observe long enough, and truth will reveal itself. This is why the Vedas never declare a single prophet, a final revelation, or a fixed dogma, because truth, to them, was not an event, it was a process. Why the Vedas were never meant to be a religion needs structure. Religion needs rules. Religion needs authority. The Vedas have none of these at their core. They have no founder, no central command, no moral enforcement system, no promise of reward or punishment. Instead, they offer methods to explore the nature of perception, the mechanics of the mind, the relationship between self and reality, the structure of consciousness. This is not belief. This is investigation. If the Vedas were a religion, they would say, this is the truth. Instead, they say, come and see. The Vedic approach. Reality before belief. Modern science begins with observation, then forms theories. The Vedas did the same, except the laboratory was consciousness itself. The seers did not look outward. They turned inward. They observed thought arising, emotion forming identity, appearing, attention shifting, awareness remaining unchanged. From these observations, patterns emerged, not beliefs, patterns. And patterns, when repeated across observers, become science. Why the Vedas focus on experience, not explanation. Explanation satisfies the intellect. Experience transforms perception. The Vedas were never interested in intellectual satisfaction. They were interested in direct knowing. This is why they use meditation instead of theology, mantra instead of doctrine, silence instead of argument. You cannot argue your way to awareness. You can only experience it. That is why the Vedas distrust language. Words divide, experience unites. The Vedic model of reality is experimental. Every major idea in the Vedas comes with a method to test it. If they speak of inner stillness, they give meditation. If they speak of ego, they give self-inquiry. If they speak of suffering, they give detachment. If they speak of liberation, they give awareness. Nothing is abstract. Nothing is theoretical. Even the idea of God is not presented as belief, but as direct realization. In the Vedic worldview, if you have not experienced it, you do not truly know it. Why the Vedas avoid the word belief creates mental closure. Once you believe something, you stop investigating. The Vedas wanted the opposite, continuous inquiry. This is why they speak in paradox, why they contradict themselves, why they refuse fixed definitions. They were not trying to confuse. They were trying to prevent intellectual stagnation. A closed mind cannot perceive reality. The human being, as the laboratory modern science, requires instruments. The Vedas required awareness. The human system itself was the experiment. Breath was observed. Thought was observed. Emotion was observed. Desire was observed. Fear was observed. And through this observation, patterns were discovered. For example, desire leads to attachment. Attachment leads to suffering. Awareness weakens attachment. Stillness dissolves suffering. This is not belief. This is psychological, cause and effect. Why the Vedas never separate science and spirituality. Modern thinking divides life, science here, spirituality there. The Vedas never made this division. To them, understanding the mind was science, understanding existence was science, understanding consciousness was science. The only difference is that their science was experiential, not instrumental. They did not measure brain waves, they measured awareness. They did not scan neurons, they observed perception. The concept of virta, cosmic order, not religion. One of the oldest Vedic ideas is Te, the natural order of reality, not moral law, not divine command, but patterned harmony. The same principle that governs seasons, moves stars, regulates breath, shapes thought. This is strikingly similar to how modern science describes natural laws. The Vedas simply extended this understanding inward. They saw that the human mind also follows laws, and suffering occurs when we act against them. Karma, not reward and punishment, but physics. Karma is perhaps the most misunderstood concept. It is not fate, not destiny, not moral judgment. It is causality. Action creates reaction. Thought creates impression. Behavior shapes perception. Just as gravity does not punish you for falling, karma does not judge you for action. It simply responds. This is cause and effect psychology. Why the Vedas never tried to convert anyone. Truth does not need followers. Only belief systems do. The Vedas were never exported, never enforced, never spread by conquest. They were preserved quietly, passed teacher to student through experience, not ideology, because truth, if real, reveals itself. Consciousness as the fundamental reality. Modern science assumes matter comes first. The Vedas assumed consciousness does. This is not mysticism. It is philosophical courage. They observed matter changes, thoughts change, bodies change, but awareness remains. So they concluded, what changes cannot be fundamental. What observes change must be. This is not faith. This is logical deduction from experience. Why the Vedas are still relevant? Because the human mind has not changed. We still suffer from attachment, fear, uncertainty, chase meaning, then investigation. The world, the Bide Day, were religious texts. They were in manuals for consciousness. The world side was Strigderdagen. Shishaptet Shustek. Say that Chach Shirach Kachkanachin.